Exception handling in Java. Exceptions are objects that represent abnormal conditions or errors that occur during the execution of a program. Exception handling in Java is divided into two categories: checked exception and unchecked exception. Checked exceptions are exceptions that are checked during the compile time. This means that the compiler ensures that these exceptions are declared to be thrown by the method. IO exception, SQL exception, and class not found exceptions are some examples of checked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions are exceptions that are not checked by the compiler during the compile time. This means that these exceptions occur due to programming errors. Null pointer exception, array out of index exception, and arithmetic exception are some examples of unchecked exceptions. Null pointer exception. This exception occurs when you try to refer or access an object which is not referred or which is null. Array index out of bounds exception. This exception occurs when you try to access an index which is out of the bounds of the array. Arithmetic exception. It is thrown when an arithmetical error occurs, like division by 0. IO exception. This exception is thrown when an interrupt is occurred during input or output operations. This exception occurs when JVM tries to load a class and it is not found in its class path. Argument exception. This exception occurs when a method finds a argument that is not valid. User-defined exceptions. To define user-defined exception, you need to follow the following 4 steps. Step 1 is you need to create a class which extends the exception class or its subclasses. Define a constructor for your exception class which calls the constructor of the superclass. Use the throw keyword to throw your exception in your code whenever you need it. Step 4. Catch and handle your exceptions using the try catch blocks.